Being curious about the rich dudes isn't a new thing. Most people love to dream about how they're gonna live the wealthy life one day. We have all heard about the richest people around the globe. Imagining about the rich dudes probably gives out the name like Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett, Mark Zuckerberg, and so on. But have you ever heard about the richest family in the whole world? The family I'm gonna talk about is not only super rich, but also has one of the most mysterious histories there is. Trust me, when I say mysterious, this renowned Jewish family is one of a kind. So here we are to show you the mysteries of the richest family in the world. Let's dive in, shall we? The World War did not invent the anti-Semitism we know. Jews in Europe were already victims of discrimination and persecution since the Middle Ages. It was no different with this Jewish family named Rothschild. As a Jewish family, they also lived in a ghetto called Frankfurter Judengasse. At the time, the houses of the Rothschilds were designed by signs with different symbols and colors. Rothschild is a name derived from the German Zum Rothschild, meaning with the red sign. The Rothschild banking family's coat of arms features in the center of its heraldry a red shield. Mayer Rothschild was referred to be the founding father of international finance among the family. Mayer Rothschild learned business at a young age. His father, Amschel Moses Rothschild, dealt in silk cloth and exchanged currency. His parents died of smallpox when Mayer was just 12. He lived with his relatives who sent him to Hanover to apprentice with Simon Wolf Oppenheimer, a prominent Jewish banking house. There, Mayer was exposed to foreign trade and finance and learned about rare coins from places such as ancient Rome, Persia, and the Byzantine Empire. Mayer was a dealer in rare coins and won the patronage of Crown Prince Wilhelm of Hesse, gaining the title of Count Factor in 1769. In the early modern period, a court Jew, or simply known as a Count Factor, was a Jewish banker who handled the finances or lent money to German royalty and nobility. In return for their services, the court Jews gained social privileges. Court Jews were needed because prohibitions against usury applied to Christians but did not apply to Jews. The family empire grew in prominence under Mayer's 5 sons, Nathan Mayer, James Mayer, Salomon Mayer, Karl Mayer, and Amschel Mayer. The Rothschilds were pioneers in the development of international finance, but for the Rothschilds, this success wasn't that easy to achieve. In 1806, Napoleon invaded William IX and the Landgrave was sent to exile, but it didn't hinder clever Mayer's plans. He was prepared for the worst. Mayer Rothschild sent his sons to establish banking operations in London, Paris, Vienna, and Naples, in addition to keeping a son in Frankfurt. In 1798, Mayer sent his third-born son Nathan Mayer Rothschild to England. Nathan became a naturalized citizen in 1804 and established a bank in the city of London. The other 3, James Rothschild, went to Paris in 1817, Karl Rothschild in 1821, then followed Salomon Rothschild in 1820. The following small clip will explain Mayer's plans.
You are 5 brothers. I want you each to start a banking business in a different country. One to go and open a house in Paris, one in Vienna, one in London. Choose the most important.
This great father spent his final days in 1812 and passed away in September 19th. There's an interesting story of the Battle of Waterloo with the Rothschild family. The Battle of Waterloo saw the defeat of Napoleon by the English and Prussian allied forces. This battle was also a turning point for the Rothschild family, where their fortunes were skyrocketing. In 1814, when Napoleon returned to power and regained control of France, he was forced to borrow $5 million from the Rothschild family. The family also had a vast network of agents, shippers, and couriers to transport the gold across war-torn Europe. In one instance, the family network enabled Nathan to receive in London the news of Wellington's victory at the Battle of Waterloo a full day ahead of the government's official messengers. England's position in the bond market at that time was rather precarious. Nathan's visit to his usual chair in the London stock market the next morning was watched by everyone in the room. Dejectedly, he began to sell bonds. A short time later, Nathan reversed his call and bought the dominant holding of England's entire debt, but at a fraction of its real value. When the news of Wellington's success hit the streets, the trickery became obvious. But by then it was too late. The Rothschilds had already increased their fortune. 2 years later, when Nathan sold the bonds, the value was up by 40%, amounting to a haul of almost $600 million in today's money. Napoleon was just the start. What was to follow was the export of Rothschild's influence to the United States and the Federal Reserve. In the 20th century, the Rothschilds family fortune was diminished by wars, politics, and family rivalries. The Naples branch of the bank closed in 1863, and a lack of male heirs led to the closure of Frankfurt branch in 1901. The Vienna branch was shuttered in 1938 following the Nazi invasion of Austria and the danger posed to Jews. The Nazis confiscated millions of dollars worth of art and other precious objects from the Austrian branch of the family. Not only that, but there are also instances where the Rothschilds were forced to pay a ransom of almost 2 million euros for the freedom of Sterling Rothschild. By the 1970s, 3 Rothschild banks remained: the London, the Paris branches, and a Swiss bank founded by Edmund Adolphe the Rothschild. Although the Rothschild family is still very wealthy, they have not been without their own disasters. The Frankfurt Bank was closed when the last Rothschild died without an heir, and the Naples branch was forced to close in the wars surrounding the unification of Italy. The fortunes of Australian branch of the family were wiped out by the Nazis taking control of all Jewish bank assets and a great deal of their art, most of which has never been recovered. The French branch of the family was plundered by the Nazis in their occupation of France. After the war, they at least got their bank back, but lost it in 1982 when the socialist government of Francois Mitterrand nationalized the bank. The British branch of the family is financially doing very well indeed, and is still involved with banking, philanthropy, and a number of well-known businesses. The family has long been targeted by the rumors from people. They have been accused of bankrolling the Nazis, orchestrating the 1941 attack on Pearl Harbor, involvement with the killings of presidents of US, and many more. But let the rumors be rumors. Guess it will be a great mystery of this great family after all. That's all for today. Thank you for watching our video. If you want to know more interesting mysteries, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell icon to get the latest news from us Curio Lads. Until then, stay safe, peace out.